so much for the former game dev part. Yes, at long last, I've finally caught the proverbial bug and started making games again. I guess this video is part devlog and part promo since the game's just been released, but if you want to check it out, it's completely free and available here. I'll put it in the pinned comment below too. Before we get to that though, I suppose it'd help if I explain what the game's actually about. This is Bit Bounty. It's a 2D survivors or roguelike that I made over the past 5 days. You probably get the gist from that. Collect coins to level up, multiple weapons that auto attack, and essentially survive as long as you can. One of the things I drew on to help the game stand out was the one-hit kills from Kill the Crows, but you get 3 health, so the game's been balanced around that. Of course, you might be wondering, why now? Why this of all games? I don't really know, to be honest. It was kind of apropos of nothing. As you know, I got shadow banned again, which is what I was fully expecting by the way, but I also noticed that comments on some videos weren't appearing till hours later, even though I have moderation turned off on every single one of my videos. That took the wind out of my sails a bit, and I kind of felt like a break from YouTube anyway. So yeah, downloaded Unity on a whim and started to get my head around the editor and C# again, and boy, I gotta say, it's changed a lot compared to the days I started learning it. The amount of quality of life changes and general time-saving features that have been added over the years is crazy. Unity didn't even have dark mode back then, you just had the eyesore grey. Post-processing stacks had to be manually imported as a third-party package. Shader Forge wasn't a thing either. I'm pretty sure you had to download it from GitHub first. And a small but sizable difference you might notice when playing it is how good Cinemachine is, where once you had to manually script cameras to follow the player if you didn't just take the boring static option of making it a child object of the player, it takes like 2 seconds now to make a new follow camera object, assign the player as a target, and voila. That probably sounds really boring, but hey, I was excited. Buttons and how listener functions have been handled have also been improved. From memory, on-click had to be written inside the script rather than handled within the editor. I won't harp on this stuff for too long. It's probably boring as hell, or like speaking another language to most of you, but I'm going to have to take back a lot of what I've said before about Unity because it's in a much better shape now. Unity feels a lot closer to actual animation software or industry standard game engines. All the nerding out aside, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. I've already got another fun little game idea I'm psyched to start working on, a voxel game with physics-based destruction, but Bit Bounty was a neat little way to brush up on my skills and get something done relatively quickly without blowing out the scope. It's the first time I've worked with 2D as well. Maybe you'll have a bit of fun with it. It's a small game that I don't expect many people to try out, but that's okay. If you're wondering how this is going to affect the future of the channel, I mentioned in the QA video recently that I'm going to keep making videos even if that means I'll only pop up from time to time. That still stands. I'm not abandoning the channel completely any more than I'd start doing game dev full time either. This is just a hobby to me after floating between a bunch of things the past few years while trying to find a new creative outlet than modding. Think of it as the best of both worlds. It also means any criticism that I'm just some cranky old man who doesn't make anything himself or practices what he preaches about game design doesn't really hold up either, although I'm not expecting any of these small side projects to be the next big thing or whatever. In any case, stick around, and there's more interesting stuff coming, videos and fun experimental games both. If you're up for it, have a look at Bit Bounty too, and let me know your best time you can get, or even make it to this secret end state if you're really insane. I mentioned on the page that when I feel like it, I'll be adding more maps, weapons, etc. over time as well. Thanks for watching.